that note, we're live!
Oh, folks, the Faith and Fitness Podcast with the sweet nectar of Blur with zero artificial ingredients, the potent antioxidant that soothes your soul. Marty Quadzam Beltran, so kind that his smile is used as tinder in 12 states. So generous that his Venmo has a six-pack. Come on, somebody. 1990, Tony Hawk makes love to his cleaning lady. Marty Hawk is born. Marty, welcome to the show. So grateful to have
91,
you.
give me that year.
Well, I figured
every year counts now.
Well,
at
you
this
were
point.
created in 90.
You're right.
You know,
the end of 90.
She was
August,
probably like sweeping under the bed and poked it up. Tony came skateboard night. And 9 months later, 91.
Taking all the credit from my real parents.
This is a false story to me. Marty, I'm so excited to have you.
Me too.
Where are we gonna kick this off? Where are we beginning?
Well, I'm excited to just be here and have a conversation with you. I feel like we see each other almost every single day, but how often do we sit down for a whole hour and just...
It's gonna be rich.
Just bro out.
Bring it in, yes. Well, Marty joined Blur
2021,
yes.
April 7th is my anniversary. So this year will be 5 years.
Anniversary.
Yeah.
And there was a moment when we were in the old tribe room at the last Blur when I said, Marty, nobody reminds me of Jesus more than you here. Would you like to be a coach here? Do you remember that day?
I don't know if that was the exact conversation.
I think I did. Abby was in the room.
I remember Abby was in the room.
And I was like, dude, you're just so generous and kind. Like I kept seeing you randomly just pour kindness on people. And I was like, we need this man to be one of the official leaders of Blur. And now fast forward 3.5, 4 years almost of coaching here.
Mm-hmm. I always wanted to coach, even at my old gym. Like, it seemed so intriguing to me, but I was always so scared of it as well. It seemed so fun, and finally the opportunity came. I think the couple more years of experience helped though as well. I found my stride at Blur, and
yes,
yeah.
And his barbell path is so smooth. Mr. Clean's head smooth. His strict handstand push-ups are so crisp that Pringles filed a lawsuit against them.
Oh my gosh. All the Chuck Norris jokes. Get him out of the way. Just get him out of the way.
They keep popping in my head. So let's go back before we go forward to the beginning of your athletic career. So what were the first sports that you were engaged in?
Baseball. I feel like every sport I've done, I've grown an obsession for, and then I like kick it to the side and move on, and I get a new obsession. So when I was a kid, I was obsessed with baseball. I knew all the stats of every player. I had the cards, I had the posters, I had everything.
D-backs?
D-backs.
Okay.
Yeah.
During the run with Luis Gonzalez?
Yes, 2001.
Randy Johnson?
Yeah, I was a huge fan until I found a skateboard.
I thought you were going to say until Randy Johnson killed the bird with the fastball.
And I remember like getting so much love for skateboarding to the point where like I didn't want to do anything else anymore, and it felt like I was scared to talk to my parents about it. It was almost like telling them I was like dropping out of school or something. Like I was like,
it's a rebel sport.
I don't want to play baseball anymore. And
Marty's such a badass skateboarder that half pipes call him dad.
There's a couple more.
He can ollie over your expectations.
Okay.
So skateboarding takes over.
Yeah, until I got a really bad injury in my foot that took years and years, and it just never seemed to heal right. And then once I got into high school, I did cross country and some track and I started doing mixed martial arts. Ooh. I wanted to be like a UFC fighter before it was cool.
This was what year?
2007, 8, 9.
Yeah, that's the roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Spike TV days.
The first time I saw a UFC fight, I was like, hey, that's not how you fight people. You wear flamboyant clothes and you jump off the top ropes, and when you punch someone, you kick your foot at the same time.
You used to rent UFC VHS cassettes.
Oh, like this is Kent Shamrock time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I jumped in deep with that, and I loved MMA because there's so many different disciplines, and it reminds me of CrossFit. Because if you are competing in CrossFit, if you have weaknesses in any of the disciplines, you're never going to do that good. You have to be well-rounded, and so obviously everyone's going to have strengths, everyone's going to have weaknesses, just like in life, but you need to practice all the different aspects of it to be any decent at all.
And have you had to use MMA in the streets?
No.
But
never.
I believe that's a big reason why you're calm all the time, is because like
oh my gosh.
But act right.
No. Violence is not the answer.
It's not. But if we were to, I'm gonna go for the eyes. Maybe a couple of titty twisters.
You would lose.
That's illegal. Maybe
illegal.
Maybe just a sack tap. Those aren't. You can't do that. And you don't try to do that, guys. Don't try this at home. These are extreme sports.
I know.
Were your parents on board?
Always getting hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, they were with.
They were on board. Yeah.
And how many years did you do MMA?
Gosh, probably until it was around like 2014, 15 that I stopped doing that, and I started finding other forms of exercise, because I feel like growing up, having a job, it was hard to practice so many different aspects. There was kickboxing at this time, jiu-jitsu at this time, wrestling at this time, boxing at this time. And so what I liked about CrossFit and other fitness classes is that it was the same class all day. Because once your work schedule and life starts getting in the way, it's really hard to like be able to practice so many different disciplines.
I didn't even think about that in the octagon. You got to master it.
Whereas in CrossFit, you get to work on all of them all the time. You're never going to go too long without.
Great point.
Yeah.
I want to see if we could get one of those spinning kicks. I haven't seen you do it in forever.
Oh my gosh. On the camera? Maybe on the end. It'll be in the outtakes.
You have to stay with us, because this dude has an insane flying spinning kick. The first time you did it, I was like, whoa, what was that? It's dangerous. You're a weapon.
Yeah.
So CrossFit, how did you originally find it?
Yeah, so I was doing other fitness classes at other gyms. I hadn't gotten involved with CrossFit yet, but I had a cousin that had coached CrossFit. He competed in CrossFit. Still one of the most talented, best CrossFit athletes I've seen. He's been in Blair a couple times.
Phenomenal athlete.
He stood on the podium with me at the old gym.
Yes.
The last ever competition at the Red Dungeon. My cousin Daniel. And so his brother was actually getting married later that year. And so to help him kind of get in shape for it, they told me, they're like, we're going to start doing these workouts in the backyard. They had a rig back there with pull-up bars, a wall ball target, handstand push-up thing on the wall. Like, they had all the equipment you need, and he's a master programmer. And so he just started writing all these workouts. We would go to the backyard 3 days a week and throw down. And the gym that he was coaching at in Mesa, Build Up CrossFit, it was owned by a couple that was splitting, and they were kind of trying to decide what to do with the gym, if one of them wanted to run it, if they wanted to sell it off. And his brother, my other cousin, he wants to invest in everything. He, like, whenever he finds a different thing to put his energy into, he gets so excited and goes all in. And so the minute he heard about it, he was like, let's buy the gym. Let's do this. Let's own a CrossFit gym. This guy,
man.
He's been doing CrossFit for 2 months. He's about to be a CrossFit gym owner. And so yeah, they open up, or they take over Build Up CrossFit in Mesa. And so that's when we moved it from the backyard into the warehouse.
I love that you started with backyard CrossFit.
Yeah.
I mean, skateboarding, MMA, backyard CrossFit.
It's hardcore.
So hardcore.
In the hood, in the south side of Mesa, we were throwing down in the backyard.
Never even been there. Sounds scary.
So I got my start at Build Up CrossFit in Mesa, and then during the pandemic, they they shut it down. They didn't really play the whole like, we're open, we're closed, we're open, we're closed. They just sold all the equipment in the gym in like one weekend. And yeah, I was living in Scottsdale that whole time, but I would drive out to East Mesa because obviously I wanted to support the family biz and, you know, work out with them. And yeah, so I was living in Scottsdale that whole time. So once gyms did start reopening, I started trying different gyms in Scottsdale. I tried a few. Some gyms it was like the programming I wasn't crazy about. Some gyms it was the coaching or just different aspects of it that like when your gym closes, you want your old gym, you know, you miss that community, you miss your home. And I think that was the saddest part about it is it wasn't just losing a place to work out, it was losing everything that comes along with it. You know, like what you built at Blur, and like when all that gets taken away, like it's really hard to fill that void. And so I tried a lot of different gyms. I had a few friends that were going to a different gym in Scottsdale, and I was about to just join that one. And I was like, I already have a couple friends that go there. Let's work out with them. And for whatever reason, I was like, let's try Blur first. It's 20 minutes farther than this gym, but like let's try Blur out. And I fell in love so quickly, and it was one of the best things that ever happened. It's like all these crazy things led me here. So
I'm so grateful you ended up joining us. That is a crazy story of the connecting dots and how crucial community is. And a lot of people don't understand this that go to a global gym that just stick in the headphones and don't talk to anybody, but that it would be such a big hole that when they close, you're like, we got to find something that.
You can go through the motions anywhere, you know? It doesn't really matter, but.
I'm glad you skipped over Camelback. Is that the gym?
I didn't name the gym.
I'm pretty sure.
I just said a gym.
Thanks.
I lived.
Camelback, you don't get Marty.
I lived on the corner where there was like 5 different CrossFit gyms within like half a mile. It's like the hotbed.
It is.
They're all right there.
In the dirty Southdale.
And
Oh, I'm glad you made the drive.
Yeah.
What was it that you originally saw us on? Like, was it
It was on Groupon.
Yes.
Yeah, which it was funny. I get here and like the coach at the time was like, yeah, I don't know how to do this. Just you've done CrossFit before? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay,
get in here.
It's CrossFit. We do CrossFit. I'm
7 minutes of burpees.
Yeah.
What would you say you love about CrossFit the most, and kind of go into what created this rich relationship where, so you jump from sport to sport to sport, and now how many years of CrossFit has it been?
I started, I think it was around like 2017.
Okay, so we're coming up
I think my first open was 2018.
So almost a decade in. And
oh gosh, I didn't realize that. But yeah, one thing I love about CrossFit is how many different ways there is to measure your progress and your skills. Well, a lot of fitness routines don't even require much skill, and I feel like that's a big thing that can kind of keep you coming back. I like that about mixed martial arts. I like that about skateboarding, is like you're not just going in and exercising, you're progressing at a skill as well, and that's what can get you hooked. You see yourself getting better at stuff, and so there's so many different ways in CrossFit to measure progress, whether it's your lifts, whether it's your times in a benchmark workout, different stuff like that, compared to just stepping on the scale and looking in the mirror. Because it's hard to see that day to day, and obviously you need to be patient with CrossFit as well. But when you learn a movement that you couldn't do before, that you've always had to scale, or when you hit a weight that you've never been able to do before, there's a lot of other ways to know that you're getting better. That the time that you're putting in is giving you results.
Yeah.
Besides just looking at your body or stepping on a scale.
I've never put that together with skateboarding and MMA, but that totally makes sense. It's like you're gaining skill levels. And I think that's the same thing that tends to push people away, is what really should draw them in, is like learn something new.
You kind of forget that you're exercising at some point, because we all have hobbies, we all have things that we want to put time and effort in to get better at. It just happens that this one it gives you multiple different results.
And what I love about it is the evolving growth that you have.
Yeah.
There's been years where it's like, oh, my running got better this year, or
Yeah.
my gymnastics got better this year. And then as one thing gets better, another thing kind of falls by the wayside. And
Yeah.
you're like, all right, now I got to work on that. And then
Yeah.
this falls by the wayside. So it's just a fun game. It's a game.
Yeah.
It's a fun game to play.
There's a lot of ways to get good at it. I remember there was one year that I was doing a half marathon the week after Murph. And both my miles in Murph, I ran in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Ooh. So the next year, I ran it in, I think it was like an 8-minute to start and then like an 11-minute to finish. And I still beat the time from the year before.
From the in-between.
Yeah, so it's like you start getting better at other things. It depends what you're focusing on and what you're putting in the time and effort to, but that just shows like I was running all the time and I got really good at running one year.
Yeah, you keep evolving.
Yeah.
And that's what we're called to do is
Yeah.
grow and evolve and get uncomfortable. And I like what you said about acknowledging your weaknesses, enhancing your strengths.
Yeah.
What else would you say is some of your loves of the CrossFit, or whether it's community or...
Yeah, it's I feel like using it outside of the gym as well.
Yeah.
Knowing that I can tackle tasks that are not just in this building. You know, like I used to be nervous to like go on hikes with friends, and they would go do camelback, and I'm like, God damn, camelback is really hard. Like, what time are you guys going? Like, who's gonna be there? Like, beating around the bush. And then it got to a point where I remember there was one time my friends were going and hiking camelback, and I was like, okay, but I gotta go do like the Saturday morning CrossFit workout, and then I'll go do camelback with you guys after. And it was like, it was no big deal, you know? And there's just other things like that. I was helping my girlfriend move. Shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, Alexis. I was helping her move, and we're just carrying stuff up the stairs, like heavy stuff. I threw like a whole like entertainment center on top of my shoulders, and then I walked up like 30 stairs with it, and I was just like, I don't know what you would do if I wasn't, you know, working on this stuff all the time.
Functional fitness
Yes,
at its
as
finest.
functional as it gets.
Overhead squatting the dresser.
Yes,
Yes.
Crazy. Like the confidence to even attempt something like that, but I was just like, I can do this. I've done harder stuff than this.
And
We got this.
The rich friend base, and that you can do all these activities with your friends outside of CrossFit too.
Yeah.
And so it's known this man still picks up his skateboard too.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that it helps you stay young with your skateboard as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah, for sure. And I always give that advice to like some of my friends that have gotten back into it. There's a really I love this new wave of like old dude skaters that's happening right now. It's really cool. Like pretty much all my friends that I skate with are older than me, but it keeps them young. It's the same as working out. You know, people say that quote about working out, about how you didn't stop working out because you got old. You got old because you stopped working out. There was a famous skater, Jay Adams, that said that about skateboarding as well. He's like, you didn't stop because you got old. You got old because you stopped.
Yeah.
And I feel like it keeps you young, and it's good to have a form of exercise and a hobby that like unleashes your creativity as well.
Amen.
That's like one of the cool things about skateboarding is it's all you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't love it being in the Olympics, because it's an art form that you express yourself. It shouldn't be something that someone is like judging. You did this, that was that hard, you did it this way, etc.
True. It's hard to measure.
It's just the world is your canvas, and you just go nuts with it.
Paint outside the lines, skateboarders. Pop the ollie. That is a great point. And whether it is, for me, I tried to pick up skateboarding, and Nancy, my wife, got pissed.
What age did you try to pick it up?
Like 4 years ago.
Oh my God.
And I landed on my neck.
Yeah.
And it's like, you need your body for CrossFit. You need your body.
Yeah. We say that people give you what's called reverse sympathy. So, you know, if you fell down the stairs and you got hurt, people will be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, that's terrible. But you get hurt skateboarding, and people are like, you're an idiot, man. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
That is exactly what
You deserve it. That's what you signed up for.
I had 2 skateboard phases in my life. One was in college, and I used to only do it when I was blackout drunk.
Oh no, that's
And
worse.
I don't remember it, but apparently one time I flung it in the. I was in the kitchen, and I flung it in the skateboard, whizzed by someone's neck, and I took someone's life.
I tried that one time, skateboarding under the influence, and I had all the confidence. I was like, "This is gonna be awesome," and it was bad.
Yeah, so
it was not
be
fun.
selective of your fitness that you do outside of fitness. For me, a pickup game of basketball or hiking, I do love enjoy, or biking.
Keep doing your hobby. If you grew up playing basketball, go play a game of basketball.
Get out there. I'm trying to think of what other sports, but that's all I got.
Do this so you can still do everything else.
And then shifting to the community aspect,
Yeah.
anytime Marty walks in, everyone is screaming, Marty! How nice is it to just, it's like an episode of Cheers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what they say
where everybody knows your name.
Yes!
And they're always glad you came.
That's the line.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about coaching here for sure. Like, I can't tell you guys, there's been a couple times where there was outside factors like that were messing up my day, and I was outside in my truck like feeling like on the verge of tears, like not wanting to come in here because of other things stressing me out. But when you come in here, like I'm not gonna come and bring the energy down, like you have one choice, you have one option, you gotta be uplifting, you gotta be the energy source here. I don't know what's going on in everyone else's life, and you come in and you say hi to one person, you say hi to the next person, and all of a sudden my day is so much better.
The energy creates energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it many times where I'm having a rough day and I come in and Lil Jon's bumping on the speakers. People are grunting and sweating. It's like, let's get in this.
Yeah.
And to me, it's still a fight every day. Today I had to take my window, which was not during class time. I worked out by myself. It's cold in here today. And I'm like, dude, just get moving. Once you get moving, the antidepressant kicks in. You start to get oxygen to your brain. All of a sudden, all your chemistry shifts for the better. It's like, it's magical every single time for me.
When you're dying for your next breath, it's hard to be stressed about other stuff.
You go into straight survival mode,
Yeah.
And because there's so many different technical skills, like you have to be focused on what you're doing. So it does help you leave those hard days in the car and come in. And then by the end of the workout, the fighting spirit comes alive. You're equipped to go back and look at whatever you are dealing with a new, fresh perspective and a little more grit in the spirit. And that's every day for me.
Yeah.
And I definitely 100% prefer doing class. With Marty and I schedule, sometimes we are
I've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been doing probably just as many solo as I do in class.
And you notice the difference.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's drastic. When you get to work out with class, it's just so nice to have someone not stopping next to you. You underestimate the effect of someone by your side doing the exact same routine as you and them deciding not to give up on it. It's just such encouragement. And that's my favorite part about CrossFit. And I actually, before CrossFit started, I was a Gold's Gym dude for, 10 years. And I would just go in there and put my head down and be able to work. And I would never go back to that. Yeah. I love having the camaraderie. It's the last resort. I'm assuming for you too.
Yeah.
Right?
I had a friend that he was talking about because he has a home gym and he has a barbell at home. And it's just funny because he was like, I feel like my barbell, like, how do you check? Like, what's the kilograms? He's like, I don't think it's 45. I think it's like 55 or 60. Like, the one I have at home feels heavier. And I was like, everything at home feels heavier. I guarantee you that barbell is 45 pounds that you have in your garage.
So true. Come to the gym.
It feels heavier.
Yeah, as many of you that decked out your garage gyms, they're badass, but come to the gym. It's always better.
The weights are heavier over there.
Anything else you wanted to touch on your general love for CrossFit?
Yeah, and another thing about coaching I was going to say is I just feel like it makes you a much better athlete as well. I've seen like even our other coaches here make such strides from when they started in their own personal fitness journey. True. I feel like you start feeling responsible for the other people, so you're all of a sudden you're doing research on how to do movements and you're saving the Instagram posts about how to do that and what cues to give on this. And it's like, I could have done this years ago and probably got better at stuff back then. But like now I got to help people with it. So
this man is invested, Blur family. I can't count on my hands how many times he's like, yeah, so I was listening to this CrossFit podcast and Jason Khalifa and Rich Froning said this and that and the other. I'm like, dude, you're in it, man. Like you're invested in it. You're always studying your craft, and you're a master of your craft for that reason.
Thank you.
And if you've ever seen this guy's barbell path, I mean, it's just elite. And what are some diving into now more specifics of? All right, you're in the CrossFit gym. You're working on the movements. What are some advice you have for people to zoom in on some of their weaknesses or to strengthen their Olympic lifting or?
Well, with Olympic lifting, I worked with a coach for a little while, and it was just crazy because I remember in a span of 2 weeks, so we would just do it once a week on Fridays, and we do snatch one week, and then we do clean and jerk one week, and then we do snatch. And in the first 2 weeks, I remember my snatch went up 30 pounds. And I was like, you don't get that much stronger in 2 weeks. So it just shows you like how much of it is technique. And I feel like that's the key to it, is just, especially with Olympic lifting, like no ego lifting whatsoever. When I see someone, and you can attest to this as well, but when you see someone do a beautiful squat snatch or something, it's like, wow, that was a beautiful snatch. It's not like 10, 12, how much did you do? Like, you don't, like, that's not even the point, you know? It's like, you dial in the technique and then everything else will come along with it. And so I think just, asking your coach questions, drilling that stuff, recording yourself is another big one where you can see what you're doing. So don't be afraid to bust out your phone, record a couple lifts, especially in the strength portion. And I feel like that's how you're going to progress the most with that.
That's a great point. And that was what took me to the next level on my lifts, was pull the camera out, do it, watch it. Also, same with butterfly. I had an old school CrossFitter, Chris Spieler video. I watched Chris Spieler. Okay, and then go through videos. Like, all right. And just slowing down and spending some time off the clock is always super helpful for any of the tricks and trades. But I think great point. What he was saying is, to become a better coach, he spent some time outside of the gym to dive into the videos and whatnot. And as an athlete, great encouragement for you guys too. There's always, getting some game film in outside of here is always a great way to step up your craft.
If you want to learn the skills, it's going to take patience. And one thing I liked doing too, when I was starting to learn stuff, I know like toes to bar was one that took me years to get. And so what I would do when I would have my own free time and create my own workouts is I would choose something that I really like doing, a strength of mine, something that I feel like I'm good at, something that I'm always happy to see on the board, and pair it with something that I hate. And it made me kind of like enjoy that workout more. And so like box jump overs have always been like a really fun one for me. I've always been a big, I know. I've always been like with the running background. So I would write workouts and it'd be like, all right, like toes to bar, box jump overs, toes to bar, box jump overs. And then it's like, drilling those things. It's okay to cherry pick your workouts, to come to the workouts that you want to do, the ones that get you excited, the ones that keep you having fun.
Great point. Getting advice to cherry pick. I love it.
I would so much rather that than like someone come in with a bad attitude about something, a movement that they hate, that they're frustrated that they can't work on at the moment, whether it's, an injury or so on. Like choose the ones that if that's what it comes down to, come to do what makes you happy.
And longevity wise, that's going to keep you coming back, longevity, and to keep finding the joy in it. I would like to touch on that specific topic of what advice do you have to people to not burn out and keep the joy? Because in a sport that, I don't even want to call it, in the style of working out where it requires so much skill, it can be this discouragement where you're like, oh, I'm not getting better yet. And I'm like, you've been here for 4 months. Like, come on, be patient. It does it gives you the opportunity to strengthen your patience, but it also gives you the opportunity to dwell in discouragement. You may be in month number 6 of CrossFit, the person next to you is in year number 6, and the person behind you is on year 12. And you're like, and that's the beauty of it, is you're all doing the same workout and there's different levels to it.
Yeah.
So what would your advice be to someone that seems like maybe discouragement or burnout's knocking at their door?
Well, I feel like that's a big one. Come do what makes you happy. Come to the workouts that you like. Practice the stuff that you enjoy doing as well as the stuff that you don't enjoy doing. Train not just your weaknesses, but your strengths. Whatever kind of lifting makes you happy. So like you said earlier, Olympic lifting, like that was always been something that I've had fun with. So I would come in on my own time and I would still do those. Even though I felt like those movements were probably better than some other movements, I was finding the joy in it still. I think relieving the pressure when you start, usually when someone's burning out, it's the people that have been doing it for a long time and that have been putting everything into it. And so I feel like you need to remember to have fun while you're here still. You don't have to treat every single thing like it's a race.
Good point.
You don't need to put so much pressure because you're getting better by being here every day.
At 15 minutes, 20 minutes, who gives a shit how long it took? You're doing CrossFit and training your ass off.
Yeah.
And it's going to fluctuate. There's going to be days where everything's, the stars are aligned. Your Whoop watch said you were green in the recovery. There's going to be days where you're in the red and you're moving just to create energy. So that's
why I got rid of my Whoop.
I felt the same. So I was actually, funny thing, I was reading about King David's life, and he's in a cave and his son's trying to kill him, and this former king's trying to kill him, and he's in this cave. I'm like, there's no way that guy woke up in the green, sleeping in a cave, but he has to get up and go to war. You know, he gets up in his Whoop watch, he's like, guys, let's hold off the fighting till tomorrow. I got shitty recovery.
Yeah, if it was telling me you're primed to work out today, go get it, and I felt like shit, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. And there was other days where it's like, hey, you need to take a rest day, and I'm like, I feel awesome, I want to do this work. Like, so at that point, it's like, what am I paying for? I'm not even listening to you. I'm not taking your advice. you know?
Well, and I love measurables, and you talked about bringing measurables to the table.
I'm not saying they're a bad thing.
But that's one thing. As you see, I'm naked. I don't know what my heart rate is. I don't have, but more power to anybody who does, because what you track you can improve. So if it's beneficial to you,
I was lazy with it. There's so many more things that you can see on there that I just never took the time to do. But
I had asked Nancy if she wanted one for Christmas. She's like, I'm breastfeeding right now. I'm like, we got a newborn. I don't want to see that shit.
She's like, I don't want to know that I slept 2 hours. I know I woke up at 3.
Yeah, she's like, that's the last thing I want to see. Great point on just keeping it fun. And you had mentioned that about why you love Blur, about how it's like lighthearted, unserious, but serious.
Yeah, it's, what is it? Seriously unserious? Or no, what's the other one that you always say? We work our ass off and laugh our ass off.
Yes,
the same as being seriously unserious. And so, I think that's like, obviously the workouts here are really tough. People drop in here from all over the place and they come and look at the board and they're like, what? And but it's
but
like,
we're all smiling.
But then also the name of the workout, it's the hardest workout you've ever seen, but it's called Dancing Queen or something. So we make it as fun as we can.
What's been your favorite workout name of the year?
Oh my gosh, of the year? It's worth 8 days in. I don't remember anything. I don't know about the year.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna comment below on YouTube what your favorite has been. But we like to throw some flavor on the workout names if you are listening and don't go to Blur. So
read the workout names.
I can't think of a single one right now. I'm having the biggest brain fart because we named
I just remember you came in once when I was coaching and you said something about the name and like no one had read the name and you're like, no one knows the name of the. So read the names of the workout.
Yes.
It gets probably as much effort as writing it.
Today's workout name was pull and pray. Pull and pray. That's the reason I'm here today. Thanks, Mom.
I don't know how else to get through that one without a little prayer.
Venezuelan Billy Goat?
That's next week.
That's next week.
That's next week.
Any other tips for keeping it light, keeping it fun, and not having this be this? I've seen so many people that hyper focus on it for 6 months, and then they're off doing something else and never do it again.
Gosh, that sounds like the first 5 sports I did. But this one kept me.
Yeah.
It's kept me for a long time, so.
And I guess that's the truth of it too,
Yeah.
is that CrossFit isn't for everyone, but it is for everyone.
Yeah, I think, I get what you're saying. I think that you should definitely find whatever it is for you. So like I have friends that do jujitsu, and it's the same thing. Like you're learning a skill, but you're being super physically active multiple days a week.
You need a barbell.
Yes. There's that. He lifts too, but there's people that do dance. There's people that do, you know, and so I feel like one important thing is that you're going to keep coming back. You know, so do something that you enjoy, something that you're going to show up to.
And it challenges you.
Yes.
That's got to be in the equation.
Yeah. And I feel like another thing I wanted to say is something that helps you progress so much too is not just the community within the gym, but when you make those friends that you can become training partner, like a Serica. God, they both just, once they teamed up, they bloomed into something new, you know? And
one can take 1,000 to flight, 2 can take 10,000 to flight.
I was so lucky around the time that I feel like I made my biggest progression to have Luke and to have Monica like pushing me and doing workouts. And if you're new to Blur, you might not know either of them, but I owe so much to them for getting to where I got and like getting better at CrossFit and becoming a coach and just having those friends, those like-minded people that you can train with, that you can learn with, that you can push each other.
Such a great point is that when I was a Gold's Gym meathead and I couldn't wipe my own ass, and I was pumped about that. I would tell my workout partner, all right, we'll meet at 6. 6 o'clock rolls around, that fool isn't there. 6:45, I'll be there in 15. Then he shows up 30 minutes later, 45 minutes, I'm done. He's like, I'm not waiting for you, man. That's the beautiful thing about CrossFit and Blur. Whatever hour you come in, you got some homies ready to roll with you.
Yeah.
You got some homies with extra chromies right here ready to roll with you.
And don't skip the partner workouts.
Yeah.
You have too many people skipping partner workouts.
Who cares what your partner is? Don't have partner anxiety. Make get comfortable being uncomfortable. Butterflies are good. Get a little tingle. Say hello. I say make it simple. If you like CrossFit, do CrossFit. If you like running, do CrossFit. If you like yoga, do CrossFit. You like Pilates, do CrossFit.
Everything else is just copying CrossFit now anyway.
They really
It's CrossFit with less skill involved.
Oh, people freak out at the word, and it makes me want to shout it even louder.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, that's a young man's game. Actually, it's the way to stay young. We got so many freaking geezers up in this weather. Shout out to all the geezers at Blur.
I did 1 p.m. today.
The wise men. I was just training a fella today. He's pushing 70, and he had stopped CrossFitting for a year. He's a snowbird. His coach in South Dakota was having him shift to more just bodybuilding, and he was starting to get this intestinal pain. And he's retired, and he's like, outside of working out, I don't do anything right now. I'm just trying not to get drunk every day because I'm just like, anyways, comes back for a week, and the doctor had him taking 17 separate pills, he told me. Comes back to CrossFit for a week, and he said his stomach pain has been relieved. I'm like, you just had to twist your guts, dude. And I'm like, and the doctor told him to take 17 pills, and then Dr. Bubblebutt just had him do some freaking burpees and lunges and sled pushes. I laughed at him while he laid on the floor. And I was like, let me know if you want the freaking defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
But I'm old school. I said, I'm going mouth to mouth, so don't you go croaking on me because that's going to be the last thing. But it's truly the fountain of youth. That's why I love to see the culture of Blur has shifted so much to our actual main demographic is a little bit of an older crew now,
Yeah.
which is beautiful. It
matured.
keeps you young. Yeah. So shout out to my 55 and up. We love you. Speaking of which, today, Judy, 60 years young,
Aw.
just did her first
Really?
pull-up. Judy, it was
Aw.
amazing.
We love Judy.
At the age of 60, busting out pull-ups for the first time.
Wow.
Derek, half a century, 50 plus, front squatting 300 pounds. Come on, everybody, stay in the game. So I was talking to another Blur member, and he's like, I love CrossFit, but I don't know if CrossFit loves me. And I was like, don't say that. I was like, what do you do outside of here? Are you doing any form of recovery? And he's like, no. I was like, well,
It's another big thing to avoid the burnout. Is
Yes.
to make sure that you're, yeah.
Like, take some time to stretch. If you train hard, you must recover hard. Whether it's mobility, for me, the sauna has been the biggest blessing of my recovery ever. I get the best sleep. I got no kinks in my body. Maybe it's jumping in the cold plunge. Maybe it's just setting an alarm at 8 p.m. to go to bed at night. Whatever it is.
Do another workout.
Yeah, do another one. But put down the Hot Pockets and the Mountain Dew and pick up a water. Whoever heard this conversation there's so many times, I was like, what are you doing outside here? He's like, Hot Pockets and Mountain Dew. I was
Well,
like,
can I share with you, that's a huge reason as to why I like working out in the evening and why I wanted to touch on that.
so Marty made a great point. He goes, dude, every podcast is like, early bird gets the worm. You don't work out in the morning, you're a POS, you better do it first thing. And he's like, we gotta shout out the afternoon people. Truth be told, we have a lot more people that work out in the afternoon than the morning.
And some of them might have to. Maybe it's not even their preference. But
They're like, yeah, you have to go to work at 6. You got
Yeah.
a 4 a.m. class, dude? What's up? Talk to us about the afternoon love.
Well, a big thing about that is, like you were saying, the fuel, the hydration, all this stuff. I fuel myself for the upcoming workout. And so I have a bad habit of, if that's done at 9 a.m., I won't drink water the rest of the day. But I won't do that leading up to a workout because you can't do this when you're underfueled, when you're underhydrated. And so obviously there's...
So if you work out in the morning, then it's Yo Quiero Taco Bell.
It's whatever, dude.
Damn!
If there's donuts, I probably will drink 5 more ounces of water that day. It's so bad. And sometimes I can be mindful of it, but it's more so if I have something that I need to fuel for, that I need to hydrate for. So it's the same with skating or anything else, but I'm a good boy and I look forward to it the whole day. Another big thing, and this could just be me as well, but I crash hard. If I come do a workout early in the morning and then I'm trying to get through work in the evening, like my energy is 0.
Yeah, it's
Blur
like
will kick my ass.
It's like an indica bong rip.
Yeah, and it just hits you at the worst time. So you like.
I don't smoke anymore, but when I did, I always got confused. I'm like, sativa, indica. And my brother-in-law's like, think about it like this, homie. Indica, in the couch. That's you're going down.
That's the sleepy one.
So your morning
the
workouts,
creative
they in the couch your ass.
Sometimes, yeah, you know, I've heard people say that, like, no, it'll ruin my whole Saturday. Like, and I don't necessarily think that, but I do notice that, like, sometimes my energy levels and stuff will drop in the later half of the day, probably because I'm not drinking any water.
Could be good.
But I feel like, yeah, when it's later in the day, I feel like obviously you can get a better recovery. You need to be still good about going to bed on time, but you get that little bit of extra recovery. And I know that a lot of people don't have that option. So I'm only speaking about myself, but I feel like it has such an impact on me before the workout and me after the workout, the impact on the rest of my day.
Great point. And like I said, 50 to 60 people come to our 4, 5, 6 p.m. Joel Lasky, shout out. He's in his mid 50s and he just joined the 1,000-pound club. Mm-hmm. He told me, he's like, dude, after work, I gotta blow some steam off.
That's what he told me today. He literally told me that today.
I thought about that. I'm like, great point. Because you don't want to take that steam, stress, whatever that you have from work and just go home and throw it at your spouse or your kids or whoever. So he comes in here and lets it all out and then goes home and he's just Calm as a cucumber.
I like something to break up the day. Sometimes I don't want to go straight home either. And like I said a bunch of times, I'm speaking for myself. I know some people got to go and take care of the fam and etc. But yeah, sometimes I like a little bit of something in the middle to break up the day, and then I go home and I smash dinner and go to sleep.
Oh, yes. So even if you work out at night, what's the post-workout meal? Are you like...
Breakfast for dinner, like every day of the week.
Breakfast for dinner, homie?
Almost every day of the week I make breakfast for dinner.
Put some palo on your huevos.
I'm not waking up an hour early to make breakfast.
No,
I'm eating it for dinner.
Okay, respect. Well, all afternoon PM exercisers are rejoicing right now.
Yeah, shout out to all the evening.
Not only in our podcast, but pretty much every fitness one is like, David Goggins, who's gonna carry the boats? Pull your thumb out of your ass, get to the gym, 5 a.m., rip your pubes out. Curl them.
Yeah.
They probably didn't say it.
And if you feel great at 5 a.m., get after it.
Well, there are PMers.
I've done one 5 a.m. my whole career at Blur. Yeah, I had to. That was the only window of the day, and I took it.
It definitely isn't as optimal for performance.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm the opposite end of the spectrum. I don't wake up until I get cracked out on CrossFit. And then afterwards, I'm like...
Yeah. I'm ready to sleep after I leave here.
He's like, what are you on, man? I'm like, 21:59, man. You ever done it?
I know a place.
I'm thinking of another Blur member, Brandon Hernice, who's maybe done 3 or 4 6 a.m.s. And when he came in, he was like, I could tell he was like, get me out of here. And at 6 a.m., I'm like, they're walking in.
But you have to be. You can't be tired when everyone else is not. When I coach a 5 and 6 a.m., I try to have the greatest energy I could possibly have. And then I go, usually on the way after 6 a.m., I tell everyone good night.
I'm going back to bed.
I'm like, all right, good night,
Go to
guys.
work, everybody.
I'll go home and go back to sleep.
What advice would you give to someone that is inconsistent, where they love it, but they just haven't made it a bedrock of consistency as a part of their life?
Like I said, I feel like it's getting those good friends with CrossFit, getting those training partners, measuring your progress and not just other people's progress, celebrating your own wins.
Can you say it again for the people in the back? Because comparison is a thief of joy that I see in this building every day.
Yeah.
And it's never ending.
No.
It's from the top to the bottom. If we're fighting for the top of every moment in here, it's just like you got to run your own race and enjoy it. Enjoy the process. And so often we see how far we have to go that we're not appreciating how far we've come. So thank you for sharing that about comparison, because I might
get in here. If you're paying for Blur, you got to get your money's worth.
Come on, where you at, J-Bot?
Like I told you before, a 10-pack membership gets you 10-pack results.
Ooh,
so consistency is key.
Yes. What is something that you tell yourself on those days that you're not feeling it?
You got to think about where it's going to put you later on in life. I think you're going to be thinking about those things later on, about how well you can move your body. I admire so much the people that you're talking about in here that can go climb a mountain at 75 years old. And so while we have the energy, we got to move it, because it's going to build the baseline. It's going to build the foundation for how we feel the day after, and the day after that, and the day after that. I think that's the most important part.
Great point. I'm so excited for when we're 75.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, get over here. Think about how advanced we're going to be at that time. Freestanding handstand push-ups.
Oh, yeah.
By the time we're
Just keep progressing.
We're going to keep progressing, guys. We're not going down. And I love, my mom says, I'm going down with a fight. I'm kicking, scratching, clawing.
Yeah.
And like...
What do you say? Oh, from the womb to the tomb. That was a good workout name.
That was a
good workout name.
Marty told my mom to F off once.
No.
Marty pulls up, and my mom goes, what a cute truck you have, Marty.
I said, that's a cute little truck.
It's not what someone wants to hear about their truck or their reproductive organ.
It's adorable.
Wait,
Oh, no, Mindy's the best.
yes, Mom.
I love you,
Marty
Mindy.
loves you. You love Marty. Let's shift gears into advice
else
you
we
would
got?
give someone who's been following CrossFit for a long time. They probably have some friends that are getting incredible results, but they continue to play it safe. Because as you listen to Marty's background, he's been the opposite of playing it safe. Skateboarding is dangerous. MMA freaks me out. As soon as you punch me in the face, I'm like, all right, dude, your match. Into CrossFit. So what would you have to say to someone that's like, I'm not trying to get hurt. I'm playing it safe. I'm going to go mountainside fitness.
To mountainside fitness.
Or wherever.
Well,
US.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's boring, first of all. I feel like when we're going there, a lot of people are going through the motions, and everyone has different goals within their fitness, but as the examples that we've given you earlier, this is the most functional form. We are training for life here, and so, yeah, I feel like...
The other way's boring.
Yeah, I can't do it. I've tried. I got an EOS membership just for the sauna before we had one here, and I never used it. And I thought that I would go, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go do some lifting and stuff there, and I couldn't do it, you know? And if you start sweating or you start doing something that makes it look like you're working hard, you get all these funny looks, and it's like, you're the crazy one, you know?
Like,
and
what are you doing? We're supposed to be flexing in the mirror right now.
I don't feel like this is my, I don't feel like I belong.
And great encouragement to anybody that all size and shapes, scalable to all levels. At any part of your journey, you can jump on the CrossFit wagon and there is room for you. We're not gonna bite you. We might tickle you a little bit. but I'm telling you, it's just so fun. That's what I realized. It's like, I remember the first time I walked into one, I'm like, no mirrors.
Yeah.
No mirrors. And the first time I tried to squat without a mirror, I was like, and now if I squat with a mirror, I'm like, look at my face. I look like a raccoon with rabies when I'm exercising.
Yeah, you don't want to see my workout face.
Some people, I noticed some people have the most stoic exercise faces.
Yeah.
The juicy ginger, Bethany, when she works out. Max lift.
She's the poster girl with the curl. Wasn't she like doing a curl in one of them or something?
That is a great glamour photo.
Yeah. The only good photo of me is when I was like resting. I was coming down, the photo that's on the website, I was coming down from a wall walk.
You're just like doing a softball.
But really, I was just like trying to catch my breath. Yeah. If there was a camera on the other side of that wall watching me walk up it wouldn't be as cute.
What is, this isn't on our notes, but what is the 2026 Marty mission?
Marty mission?
Yeah, I didn't mean for it to flow like that. It did.
Man, I feel like I've been a lot more consistent lately with skateboarding. I feel like it's been so hard to balance having two hobbies that are both so physical. And what I'm noticing now is that when I first got back into skating, like it's been almost 2 years, I could come in here and we could do like a heavy leg day, and then I would go to the skate park right after and I would kill it. I was having fun, like I was just built for it. And what happened over time was I started trying to save myself for that. And I'd be like, well, I don't want to do legs today because I'm skating tomorrow or I'm skating later today. And I feel like that made my skating worse too, because I'm getting more unathletic. I feel like if I could take the skills that I've developed recently with the fitness that I had when I started, is going to create like the best version of myself, and I'll have the most fun doing two of the things that I love the most.
It's almost like living for that moment, and not looking at tomorrow's agenda so
Exactly, yeah. And there's been a couple times already where I'm just like, screw it, we're doing both. And it worked out, you know. And some people, it's like, your hobby's like playing the guitar or something. I'm like, I need to find one of those. Like, both of my hobbies just kick my ass, but I have so much love for both.
Skyscraper free falling in Spider-Man costumes. We're gonna pick that sport though.
Oh my gosh, climbing the buildings.
What would you say is your favorite part of being a coach here at Blur?
Probably, like I said, all the people. They've uplifted me more than they know. I appreciate them more than they know. And it's just made me better all around. I feel like I come from a training background at Nectar. That was my old position there, is training all the franchisees and the managers, the store owners, etc. And I feel like that when I was doing that, like I said, I feel like it made me better at my job. Once I started speaking it out and like having the confidence to tell people, I was like, I'm pretty good at this. Like I had been running the stores for so long, and I feel like that helped me develop into coaching as well, because I feel like I had a training background in a different sense. And so I feel like it's made me appreciate all of this more. It's made me fall in love with Blur more. It's made me come out of my shell more. When you're a member, especially a new member like I was at the time, you know, you meet like one person at a time. When you start coaching, you're forced to meet and say hi and do everything with everyone, you know, so learn everyone's names. And
a lot of fun names out there.
Yeah. It's made me appreciate Blur a lot.
Bejan Fenibanda.
Just a white guy. Just kidding. But yeah, that's been like my favorite part, I think, is just ingraining myself even more in the community. And if I could touch on it really quick, when I was training the franchisees and the owners and the managers at Nectar, I remember it was when I was first joining Blur, and I think the woman I was training, she was working out at Orange Theory, and I was like, oh, I've done Orange Theory before, and I was like, yeah, I started doing CrossFit. I'm at this gym called Blur now. And I started talking about you, and I was like, this guy there, like one of the owners, you know, like his personality and just his charming way of getting you to work a little bit harder than you want to. I'm like, I don't know how he does it. Like when I first came across him, like I was like, is he like not being genuine? Like I remember creeping the Blur Instagram before I joined, and I saw a video where you were talking to Jason Kralovitz, who was actually a member back at Build Up. So I knew Jason, so I clicked on the video, and I was like, this guy's just over the top. He's not being genuine. So I'm like, he's fake ass mofo. And then the day that I met you, and you're just like, thanks so much everyone for coming. And I was telling her about you, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy. Like I've just never met anyone like this guy. And she like stopped me, and she was like, Marty, like, let me tell you, like, if you ever meet someone who is doing in life what they are meant to be doing in life, she's like, that's when you'll see that shine through. She was like, that man is doing what he was put on earth to do. And I was like, wow. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever met anyone that like resembled that more than you. And it's like, she was spot on. Hit the nail on the head. I love you,
Marty. Thank you, dude. Well, I want to touch on, thank you, man. That was really sweet. And the leadership of this man is all through example of being so kind. So, what I like to use the word meekness, which means strength under control, which obviously he could swinging drop kick you on a dime, but instead he's gonna kill you with kindness. It's contagious. If you have overexposure of Marty, you're gonna end up a kinder, nicer person. It's like, then you lead like that. And I can only imagine how successful you've led like that at Nectar. I see it firsthand at Blur. All these extra mile gestures you do for other humans that are not for the applause, but for the cause. You're doing it just out of the kindness of your heart. You're not looking for recognition in it. I see it everywhere all the time where I'm like, I am madly in love with this man. And you make me a better person. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for sharing that. That really, and it's funny you said that, because it's someone else just said that to me, where the first day they're like, I was just looking at you and I'm scratching my chin, trying, like, what's going on here? And Nancy will attest. Yeah. I bring it home too, and she's like, GTFOH. Is that the right acronym?
Yeah. You can do the H or not.
Yeah. I got it. I'll come in, she's relaxing, breastfeeding, and I'm like, calm it down. Calmate, mi chichis. You speak Spanish still?
Poquito.
Oh, this has been rich, brother. Any final thoughts you have that for anyone listening out there?
No, just get your ass in here.
Yeah! Cherry pick if you need to.
Yep.
Find the joy and continue to fight for the joy. And you don't have to work out at 5 a.m. You don't have to work out at 6 p.m.
It's dark at both nowadays.
It really is. We're filming this in the middle of January, and it's on these days where commitment is tested, and people that said on January 1st, by December, I'm gonna be Arnold Schwarzenegger. These are the days where it's like, just enjoy the process, fall in love with the process. It's a great thing to fight for your next step and your next rep. It's beautiful, but a lot of times in here, I do see it being a thief of joy where they're like, oh, look what they're doing. Yeah. Look at this. Like, why can't I do this yet? Again, it's like the beautiful thing about it is like what you said is it takes time and it's all these skills, like just
the more work you put in, the more rewarding it's going to be.
Yes. Amen, brother.
Nothing good comes easy, right?
Amen. Nothing good comes easy. Enjoy the grind. And I do believe in the challenge of your body mentally, physically, spiritually. When you're doing it, it really unlocks new levels that trickle into other areas of your life. That's personally my favorite part of it is whether I do the workout in 15 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever, I'm going to get my full heart. Afterwards, how can I transfer that discomfort and use it into something else that I know I need to do that's uncomfortable? And there's so many things in our destiny that require these steps of faith that are super uncomfortable and challenging. And I've seen you take a lot of them. I mean, taking on this big role as the manager of the Nectar and continuing to pivot when you need to pivot. Like, just to be transparent with Marty, there's been moments where we've had heart-to-hearts when he's like, man, I need to shift things around because I'm losing a little bit of the joy here. I'm losing, and then he makes a pivot but doesn't give up. And that's what I love about you. I've seen you get back up over and over and over. And I do want to touch on this one more thing is I want to celebrate, not only is Marty a coach at Blur, not only is he the manager at Nectar, but also he has been heaven sent in the family where he takes care of a couple of children for a single mother. And I wanted to share that because every time I see you with Peyton and her brother, I'm just like, wow, what a blessing for them to have Marty in their life. And so I just kind of touch on that real quick because I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, it's been a blessing for me as well. And it's another job that doesn't feel like a job sometimes, and so I have a friend with a daughter with special needs, and so if anyone has like children or family members with special needs, you can get hours provided by the state. It's called like respite care, habilitation care. So I have to go through a lot of training, a lot of like background, a lot of CPR, first aid, classes that are specific to children with disabilities to be certified to do this. But you get hours that are provided by the state where you can have some childcare or family care. And so a friend of mine, she was obviously using those hours as a single mother, but you get a certified person through these companies, through these agencies. And even though there is all of this stuff, it's still a stranger, And since I had known Peyton a little bit before that, I had helped when she went through these situations where stuff went wrong with these people that were watching her child, And so I helped out a couple times, and she had made a joke one time, like, oh, you should just be her respite provider. And I kind of I don't know, it was supposed to be a joke, but I had already helped out a couple times, and this girl has taught me a lot of patience as well. She's been a gift in my life, and even going on getting more jobs, higher positions, all that stuff, you feel like you're free time is getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer, I feel like it's just been something that I haven't been able to give up, you know? Like I said, it obviously it helps them, but I feel like it helps me a lot as well. And I feel like, shout out to all of the parents, you know, it requires a lot of patience, and they can teach you more than you can teach them sometimes.
I didn't know this part of it, but it began with you just volunteering to help these children.
Yeah.
Oh,
she had just told me a story about, you know, this happened and that happened, and, you know, kind of just thing after thing. And so,
wow. It goes to speak about the high level character, the high level compassion that you have, and that you're out here doing God's work, brother, and I love you so much, man.
Love you too, Jake.
Oh, bring it in. Hey, we thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed the episode. Comment below any thoughts you had, and please share with us. We want to hear from you. We love you guys. Wow, that is an amazing story, brother.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part of it. That just shows like that you're out there maximizing your time on earth.
Yeah.
Truly maximizing it in every form. So I can imagine, I heard this, so it's like, thank God I'm tired.
Yeah.
Because I know I gave this day everything. And you can lay in bed saying that.
Yeah.
Are we still rolling?
We're still rolling.
Wait, blooper time. Spin kick, spin kick, spin kick. Hold on, spin kick.
I should have had you like hold a target or something. Oh wait, I forgot I'm wearing. Wearing a microphone.
Hold on. Come on. Hold on.
Hold on.
Marty.
Wait.
He's gonna get a running start. What is this?
You hold this.
This is how it ends. This is how it ends.
Wait, no, other way. Face this way.
Okay.
And then hold it in your that hand.
Yeah, this is how it ends.
Wait, I feel like I haven't done one of these in
Am I gonna
forever.
lose my hand?
There we go.
This is trust. I trust Marty and I love him. I'm gonna close my eyes.
I knew it was gonna go flying.
Take off. Don't stop watching.
No, that part doesn't go in there. No.
The best is, I think I moved it out of fear. Okay, I'm gonna just close my eyes.
Okay.
Oh! That was good.
I kicked him like right in the wrist.
It's okay. I needed it. It's still fully functioning. Still fully functioning.
All right.
That was a good kick.
And that's all, folks.
Zip it up and zip it out.